Welcome back to Studio 701. Now, living through a pandemic has put a lot of stress on a lot of people.
But our next guest is here to talk about improving our heart health in the new year. Teresa Porter with Nuvation Health is joining us now. Thank you so much for being here, Teresa.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Good morning, Teresa. Now, Teresa, what is your involvement with Go Red for Women, through the American Heart Association?
I know several people that are deeply involved in the program. We support it, and we also just work with mental health in the community and trying to help everybody stay safe and well and getting through the pandemic as best they can.
Yeah, it's something we're all working on, and reducing stress is a key recommendation for improving our heart health. So you had a question for us to kind of consider, and we made it into a graphic because I was going down the line thinking, yep, I do that one. So what are, the questions that we should be considering about if we are handling stress correctly or not?
We should really be evaluating the beginning to the end of what we're doing. Are we getting proper sleep? Are we properly hydrated? Are we getting appropriate sleep with our routine and our day work balance? Do we take care of ourselves the way that we encourage our children or our family members to take care of themselves? Do we take time to attend to our own personal needs, or do we put everything else in front of that because we don't have time to do things for ourselves? Do we maybe indulge a little bit too much? Do we look at just the immediate satisfaction instead of allowing ourselves to put a little bit more time into what would be healthier? And that goes from just exercise or daily decisions or even fast food versus packing a healthy lunch for ourselves as we get going throughout our day.
And Teresa, if your answer is yes, and my answer was yes to a couple of them, what would you recommend to help?
I think that we all need to pause and take a step back and look at what are we doing? What is our approach to our day-to-day activities, and what can we change, if even just a little bit here and there, that will help us have a little bit more energy in a healthy way, and really attend to that. Make sure that we are talking about our stress, allowing ourselves to have a little bit of a break. We are never going to finish that list of everything that we need to do, and that's okay because we have more than today to do it. So look at taking that time, but also making sure we are attending to things and not pushing them off too much, because if we are on one end of the spectrum or the other too much, then it becomes off balance for ourselves.
How can stress actually impact our relationships with our loved ones or others that you work with even?
When we have too high of a stress and not enough self-care, then what we do is we run out of energy in order to tolerate things that frustrate us or irritate us on small levels, and they become bigger issues. So it typically isn't something that is immediately what's happening that annoys us or irritates us. It's a combination of many things that we haven't been addressing and haven't had an outlet that all of a sudden just kind of pop our cork, and we are off to the races with a whole new level of frustration and irritation. So it's letting out the stress in small amounts on a regular basis, day-to-day self-care, so that we keep ourselves in check and have that balance to last the duration.
So I have a confession to make, Teresa, and I think some of our viewers at home will have probably come up with the same conclusion, is that this has happened to me from time to time, exactly what you're talking about, where something very small can set you off, and it actually is a combination of things, and not even realizing that it's stress that's actually doing it, and having an outlet to do that. So I want to say thank you for bringing that to our attention. What you'd mentioned exercise. Would there be any other stress relievers, some activities that people might be able to take on inside their house, or maybe go for a walk? But what would you recommend people do to help relieve some of that stress?
Well, typically I would say go for a walk, but maybe not today. But there are a lot of home activities that we can do, and I think the pandemic has really pushed the envelope in making us really consider out-of-the-box opportunities. So puzzles, games, cards, adult coloring, children coloring, just random activities that don't necessarily need to have a purpose other than it's just enjoyable and it's something fun that we like to do. And most importantly, giving ourselves the grace and patience that we expect other people to have from us. We are our own worst enemies at times, and our negative self-talk can be so destructive and can be a key component in making our stress even worse than it currently is.
I think it starts with talking about it and thinking about it. So thank you, Teresa.
Yes, thanks, Teresa.
My pleasure. Absolutely.
If you'd like more information on improving your stress level and heart health to start at the new year, make sure to call 258-3780, nuvationhealthservices.com. You can also learn much more about Go Red for Women by visiting heart.org.
Some really great information. Coming up next are important numbers we all should know, 911 being the most important.